You're now listening to the Life Under Fire podcast with your hosts, Justin Seacrest, Stephen Rotter, and the only guy that's always right, even when he's wrong, Gary Seacrest. Wait, what?
Even when Stephen points at the wrong spot.
The wrong.
You guys aren't down there?
No.
Or are you over there?
Side.
Oh, you're on that side.
Yeah,
All right.
there you go. Now you got it.
Hey, eighth time's a charm, you know? Isn't that what the saying is?
You've been pointing for I don't know
Stars
how
and
long.
Horseshoes.
I started pointing up because first time when you guys are on my screen, you guys are above me. So I started pointing up, and then that just made no sense because I was on the top. And then you just didn't tell me and made me look like a fool. Thanks, guys.
If you don't know what we're talking about, it's because we are live streaming every episode now. It's easier overall. You can check it out on YouTube, our YouTube channel, and it's LifeUnderFire on YouTube, obviously. And that way you can watch the show live if you want, or you can just listen to it on the wherever you listen to it. If you're listening on iTunes, give it a review and leave a rate. We always appreciate it.
And while you're on the line, you might as well hit up our website, lifeunderfire.net. Get all the latest news about the three of us and how exciting we are.
Yeah, we're super exciting.
And I love you.
Gary loves you. I can support that.
Gary sends his love. Gary always sends his love.
This thing I have to get.
Is it?
That wonderful
That
beard. Gary got this beard
That's
trim, and it
Steve's.
looks amazing.
It was super funny when he got it. He just walked in here and he's like staring at me, and I was like, "What'd you do?" That was it.
I got a beard trimmer, and you've seen the different videos maybe. It was about yay long, so about a good inch longer than it is now. Well, I put the biggest guard on there, and it was very naive to how big the guard was, and it took about 3/4 of my beard off. So I had to finish out the whole thing. I couldn't just be rocking fucking a swipe shorter.
Now he's sad. He said it makes his face look round.
I do have a big round fat face now, but it's all right.
Aw, Gary.
It matches my
Looks good
jolly
though,
red
man.
cheeks.
Looks good.
Thank you. You look pretty good.
Thank you.
You say it matches your rosy red cheeks?
I said my jolly red cheeks.
Oh,
Dude, when you get older, you're gonna make the perfect Santa Claus.
If I don't lose weight, which is the intent, so I don't have a heart attack and die.
that's negative. That's good.
Once your shit gets white, dude, then it'll be perfect.
Once your
Then
shit
you let
gets
that
white,
shit
then
grow. You
you're
don't
a
even worry
dog.
about the beard trimmer.
Why did dogs poop turn white?
Bye, Gary.
That was a question, not a I'm
I
gonna
thought
answer you.
I thought you were gonna hit us with a Gary fact. I thought you were gonna come at us hard with some freaking dog poop facts.
No, I could come up with one. Spot.
Can you guys take a Santa Claus seriously and it doesn't have a real beard?
I actually have a Santa Claus costume, a full Santa Claus costume.
No,
And
but I mean, like when you're walking in the mall and you see Santa Claus and he has like a fake beard, and obviously fake beard, can you even take him seriously, or are you just telling him fucking earn your money, man, grow that beard?
No, I can't take him seriously. But funny story about a mall Santa is you've seen our dinky little mall. They hired somebody to be the mall Santa, and he stole the Santa outfit and left.
What a boss.
Wait, like after
After
he
they
was
hired
done,
him.
or just like that
No.
one day?
No, he was hired for the whole season to take pictures at the Winter Wonderland.
Yeah, but I
setup.
mean, did he actually finish out the season? Then when he was
never
done
showed
with
up,
the
not
season?
once. They gave him the costume, and he never showed up. He just took the only costume apparently they had and left.
It's the best choice. That's the only choice, honestly. Like if someone gives you the opportunity
I
to
promise
steal
it's
that,
not me. I bought my own Santa outfit. It was me.
I was pretty curious where that came from on Christmas, but
I came out as Santa, and it's funny. My son, he wanted nothing to do with me. And so I took
me too. Me too.
All right, that's great.
I took a
That's
group
so-
picture with my fiance and him, and he was pushing me away and didn't want me touching her. And then I went and changed, and I came out, and he looked at me like, "Where have you been? There was this crazy dude trying to touch mom." It was funny.
Were you the crazy dude? Was he like?
He was.
I was asleep. I don't know what they're talking about. Santa Claus is real.
Hi, Z. All right. Sorry, I let that play a little too long.
Yeah.
Or maybe not long enough, considering that you were still talking. So we can see how that goes. Ooh. I get emails from Pristine Auction all the time, and it really makes me sad because I'm afraid to go there.
Because the movement isn't as quick as it should be.
What movement?
Dude, I've had good luck with Pristine Auctions, man. Dude, auction websites for sports memorabilia are the best.
You got me now?
Yeah.
Picking up what I put down?
I have no idea what you're putting down.
There's a dude that drives around. What was Derek Jeter's number?
2.
Okay, so there's a dude driving around in a like a brand new white not minivan, but it's like a boxcar looking thing. But it's like a real nice one. It's a Lexus version of like a caravan kind of thing. You know what I mean? Or a SUV, whatever you want to call it. But anyways, it's painted all white, and on each side is very pristinely painted New York.
New
Yankees
York.
with black stripes down the side. Yeah, exactly. And the
That's what I'm
license plate
talking
says
about.
number 2 Jeter.
Oh, sweet. You
Why?
guys got to take a picture
don't
for me
know.
next time.
I don't know. I was like, is he related to Jeter? That would be cool. Watch, it is Jeter. He fucking is just living in our town.
That's in your
our
that's
boy
in your
right
son's
there,
room.
dude. Yeah, dude. Of course, man. Derek Jeter's like a I don't know. He's like a living legend in our family.
He's a biracial angel.
Derek
I've heard
Jeter's
that.
invited over anytime. He is a biracial angel. The dude's beloved by everybody. Even Red Sox fans love Derek Jeter.
I tell you who doesn't love Derek Jeter. That is
The Marlins. The Marlins.
Yeah.
Because what he's doing to that organization. They don't love him right now. But they're gonna thank him in like 4 or 5 years.
True.
You think so?
Yeah, absolutely. It's what you got to do when you take over a franchise, man. You get rid of everybody, you rebuild it exactly how you want it.
But he got rid of
and
everybody to his old team.
He got rid of one player to his old team. Just so happens to be one of the best players in the league. But I mean,
well, I was gonna say Mark Wahlberg because he shot him, but yeah, the Marlins. Well,
He was set up for that. Derek Jeter told him at the end.
oh,
he was
That was a
framed.
setup. It was a setup. Yeah.
Yeah.
He goes way higher. I just watched that.
Sequel.
I watched that movie like
I
3
wish
days
there was
ago,
a
4
sequel.
days
That's
ago.
such an underrated movie. The movie we're talking about is The Other Guys. For those of you that haven't seen it, Mark Wahlberg plays a cop, not a very good cop.
He shot Derek Jeter.
He shot Derek Jeter. He was doing a stint at
They call him the Yankee Clipper.
the Yankee Clipper for shooting Derek
That's so
Jeter.
messed up.
And he goes to all of his support groups, and everybody's just pissed off at him. And they're like, "It was 3 years ago."
He's like, "You cost me $10,000."
It's too
It's
much.
amazing.
It's a good movie though.
All right, some other
Face back.
baseball
Face back
news,
app.
guys. Some other sports news.
Ooh,
How
ooh, Poppy.
Okay, well.
how
Bugsy's in this
bad do you
podcast.
have to be at a sport, a professional sport, that when you finally do good at it, a bar gives out free drinks?
Pretty fucking bad.
Cincinnati bad.
Almost. Baltimore Orioles bad. So Chris Davis, who used to be an all-star, I mean, like a couple years ago, Chris Davis was an all-star. He's in such a terrible slump right now that every time he gets a hit, this bar in Baltimore will give out free drinks. A drink per hit that he gets because he's been on such a terrible slump that, yeah, they're promoting free drinks.
Well, that's a very dry bar then. Ha
Well, that's cool. That's gotta suck.
Well, that's because he wouldn't. It was,
No, you're right. It's a dry bar because he's not getting any hits. So
Yeah.
people have to buy their own drinks. They have to go to a bar and drink on money, not on Chris Davis hits.
True. I could get.
I don't think so. I don't think you could.
Ask for them.
I have a question for you guys. Okay. So,
Is it a hard
Justin
question,
question.
Justin question. So, I was at work last night
Kick her in the pussy.
And
Sorry, I watched Dave Chappelle's special.
okay.
Spoiler alert.
You just ruined that whole
That's the
special
last punchline.
for everyone that's not gonna watch
What-
it. Good job.
Was this his new one on Netflix, or is it the
It's
one
his
he's had
last
for a
one.
while?
It's the newest one, but it's gonna be his last stand-up ever.
Last one
Well,
ever. Huh?
he said that right before he moved to South Africa too, and here he is. Why? Because that paycheck is so good.
Dave Chappelle can do whatever the fuck he wants. He's rich.
These are
Not
also
not
facts.
as rich as Netflix. You guys hear about how much Netflix just topped Walt Disney? Do you know that?
Yeah, we talked about
Netflix
it 2 podcasts
net
ago.
worth is these just came out like before, like after last time we spoke. Like Netflix is rated for like $180 billion, and Disney's at like 155 billion.
That's because they're spending money, man. They're buying all that. They're getting bought and all that stuff.
Yeah, Disney's spending crazy amounts of money. I mean, Netflix is spending money, but they ain't spending Disney money.
That's true.
Netflix got a good income coming in, but Disney's gonna have a return that's like fucking holy grail.
Yeah, theirs is gonna be over time.
You know, I mean, you got to figure they own every blockbuster movie that's fucking crossed over $1 billion and broke every record in the last year.
I mean, Gary fact. While it is true, it is
I was
not.
like, that is a
It is
true
a.
statement.
I don't know about every
own-
single one. It's not.
They own Marvel, which is the last 2 records that were broken, both internationally and domestically, were both by what's it called? They were by Black Panther, followed up by Infinity War.
How much did Infinity War make?
I haven't seen either.
Fucking all of the money.
All of the money, huh? You haven't seen it, Steven?
Well, they haven't gotten all of my money
There you
because
go.
I have not seen it.
You should see it. It's
Hell
good.
no, man! I'll wait for that. I'll wait for it to come out for $1.29 on Redbox.
I think you're the only person left in the world still using Redbox.
think so. You single-handedly.
You guys don't.
Just
you
let
don't
them
use
die.
Redbox?
Fuck.
No.
We have Netflix.
Well, no.
Well,
Remember,
mean,
I spent
have.
$500 on a movie, and I haven't used Redbox since. So
That's true. That's true. Yeah,
never
Justin
again.
and Redbox do not have a working relationship.
Nope. It is too
They're
much.
split up forever.
At your work.
Yeah, you had a question. Yeah, you said at your work.
Oh, so I had this. We were sitting outside, and this guy, he like comes walking up, and the first time he walked up, he didn't say anything to us. He just walked by, and then like turned around and was like, "Hey, are you guys open?" And it was like 2:30 in the morning, and I'm like, "No, it's 2:30 in the morning, okay?" And so then we go back inside, and then it's like 3:45 or 4 o'clock,
And they take their 15th break.
and so we go back out, and well, no, we had just finished, and so it just made sense to go outside.
I got you.
So he comes back out of nowhere. All right, this guy has to use the wall to walk around because he's that old and stuff, and homeless. So I mean, he's got like zero. He's just malnourished.
Yeah.
So he just shows up out of freaking nowhere. I don't know where this guy came from.
Fucking Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah, something, dude. He pops up and he says to the guy sitting across from me, his name's Juan. I'm sitting there too with an entire bottle full of water, and he looks at Juan, who has like maybe a third of his gallon left, and says, "Hey, can I have a drink of that?"
Oh shit.
And I'm like, I like look up from my phone. I'm like, what? Is he talking to me? And he's staring directly at Juan. I'm like, cool, this ain't my problem. I just go back to doing what I'm doing. And he asked the homeless guy, he goes, well, do you have a container? He goes, no, I don't have a container. He goes, so how are you going to take a drink? He goes, I was just going to drink it. He's like, let me run inside and I'll get you a cup, and so, which is more effort than I would have put towards this, So he runs inside, but there's a gallon that one of the other guys had left the day before, just sitting on the check stand, and so he just brings it out. He's going to give it to him. Just now, this guy's going to have an entirely full gallon of water.
Yeah.
Which is more than he's got now, right? Go for it. So he gives him the water, but what he doesn't know is while he's inside getting that water, this guy is just sitting there, just rubbing his hands all around the outside of his gallon of water, talking about. He's like, "Oh, that's nice and cold. That's good." And I'm just sitting there not talking. I'm like, "What the heck?" And then
He's taking his finger and rubbing it around
right.
the lip of the
He's rubbing his
gallon.
Well, I told him, I'm like, you should probably wait till he gets a cup. You shouldn't be touching people's stuff that's not yours. Thinking like really, this homeless guy does not give a shit about personal property. I don't know why I'm telling him this, but he
He's
He
got like one
cares
finger
so
in his
little,
belly
he has
button.
none.
yeah, like
He's got a finger in his belly button, one finger rubbing around the rim of it.
well, so
Is
he
this
comes
dude
out, gives him a gallon of
shirtless?
water. No, he was fully clothed. He was fully clothed. Don't worry. Gives him this gallon of water, and the guy holds it right, and then looks at Juan, and he goes, "It's not very cold." And he goes, "Yours is definitely colder." And then I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, it's wet.
Yeah,
I
and so
mean,
then he takes a drink and he goes, "Yeah, that's not very cold at all. Yours is colder." And I'm like, "What the fuck? Really?" And so I'm like, "Cool, I'm getting ready to go inside because I think this is it, right?" He looks at Juan, like I'm on my phone too, okay? Juan's on his phone, and he goes, "Hey, can I use your phone?" And I look up, and he's not looking at me. I'm like, "Still not my problem. We're good." So
he likes Juan, dude. He
yeah.
really took a
Well, the problem
liking to
is
Juan.
Juan was nice to him, the first time he walked by, and whenever because he had asked me if the store
That's
was
why you
open.
don't feed wildlife.
Yeah, he didn't get any interaction from me, but he got interaction from Juan. So he's like, "Oh, this is the guy," that. And Juan's like, "No, sorry, man, I don't." Which obviously is not true. No one has not. Well, some people do has minutes on their phone. Everybody just has a phone plan. You just call somebody if you want to call somebody. But he tells him, he goes, "No, sorry, man, I don't have the minutes. I don't have any minutes. They reset it the next month." And the guy goes, "I don't give a fuck about the minutes." That's what he yells at Juan. Juan is being nice to him. He just went and got him a gallon of water, gave it to him. And he goes, "I don't give a fuck about the minutes. I just want to call my wife." And I'm like,
Bro, she's gone a long
and
time
I'm like,
ago.
"Who's your wife?" This guy just wants to call his drug dealer. That's the thing. He's not trying to fucking call his wife. And Juan goes, "Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't have any minutes. Okay, so you can't call your wife if you want to play games. That's the only thing you can do on my phone." He goes, "I don't give a fuck about the minutes. I'm just trying to call my wife. Well, you can call my wife." And I'm like, he just keeps repeating it. I'm like, "All right, I'm going inside." Like I just stand up and just say that. I'm like, "I'm going inside."
You leave Juan outside by himself.
Well,
with this
he like
dude?
picks his stuff up. We go inside. We keep going. We're doing our do,
Yeah.
and then the store opens. Soon as the store opens, this guy comes walking in. Okay, and
Dude, so this was at 2:30 in the morning. This dude waited outside for another
Yeah.
2 hours, 2.5 hours. When
Yep.
do you guys open? 5 in the morning?
Yep.
So 2.5 hours this dude
Where the
waited.
fuck is he gonna go?
Yeah, he could. He
That's
was
a good point.
he was not very agile. But so he comes in and he uses a cart to start walking around the store. And he comes by my aisle where I'm facing, and he's like, "Hey, where's the water?" And I'm like, "It's on, it's on aisle 14." And I'm like, "Do you have money?" I'm just gonna go for it. This guy doesn't give any shit about anything.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna ask him. I'm like, "Well, do you have money?" And he goes, "No, I'm just gonna steal it." And I'm like, "Good to know. Okay, cool." So he goes over to aisle 14, and I just follow him now because he just told me he's gonna steal.
What if he's being sarcastic? What if he really did have money?
He didn't
Maybe
have
he's
money.
got stacks and stacks.
Well, here's the thing. He goes and he looks at the prices. He goes, "That's ridiculous on water. Water should be free." And I'm like, "Yeah, there's a river down that way. If you want free water, go for it." He's like, "You know what? I'm gonna go sit in Starbucks." And I was like, "All right, well, you got to buy something, or you got 20 minutes, and I'm kicking you out." And
No,
so,
you can't do that.
well,
You can't do that.
I can because
Starbucks
it's 5 in the
policy,
morning.
Justin.
I can because it's 5 o'clock in the
Starbucks
morning.
policy.
He's
You
not in
cannot
Starbucks.
When does Starbucks
You
open?
can't kick.
He's not in Starbucks. He's in a Safeway sitting area.
If he's inside the parameters of that Starbucks sitting area,
That's a
I think that
Safeway sitting area. That's not a Starbucks sitting
I
area.
think it constitutes as a Starbucks area.
I don't think you can fucking ask him if he has money either, so it don't matter.
Dude, I'm calling CNN right now on
Call
you,
him.
Justin.
Call him. So, but here's what
recording
pisses me off. Yeah, me too. It's live stream, stupid.
He's more heated than when he didn't know what the fuck Chunky Crunchy was.
So, well, no. So there's these like 5 guys that sit in the sitting area. They get coffee every morning. They just sit there and fucking talk, which is the weirdest shit. I prefer them not do that. It's weird that they just come to Safeway it's like 6 o'clock. They show up 5:30, 6 o'clock, and they sit there up until I leave. It's just like 3 hours. These weird. One guy doesn't even fit in with this fucking group. He's got nothing in common. He's skinny as shit. All he does is buy them coffee, which is the only reason that they talk to him, which is beyond obvious, and I'm sure he sees it too, but he doesn't care. So they're just sitting there talking, and this homeless guy is now sitting in the center of them after he had already convinced the Starbucks lady to give him a free coffee, a free like medium or whatever they're called coffee. He gets a free one of those. He's sitting there, finishes it.
That?
I don't know. So then he convinces one of the guys that's sitting there, the same guy that buys coffee for everybody, to buy him a coffee, and I'm like, okay, this guy's like hustling free stuff. And so I go to take my headphones out to my car, and this guy left the entire gallon of water that we had given him on the table without the lid on top of it, didn't take another drink out of it. He just left it on the table. I'm like, this guy's a fucking dick, dude. And so but then Steven, I did not kick him out, okay? But
threw his ass out.
Whenever I came back in, whenever I had come back in, Sherry tells me that he's been, he's cursing up a storm and everything over there. And Monica's there, and she was told about him already, and she doesn't kick him out. So I go by the office, and I say, hey, Monica, this guy's out here calling you.
So she gets there at 7.
Yeah.
So he was there at 2:30 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Store opens at 5. So
yep.
That's 2.5 hours. And then now he's sitting in that area for 2 hours.
Yep. And he's got like 3 free coffees.
Wow.
Sherry told him all about him, and Monica said, just keep an eye out for him. And I'm like, well, no, that's not how you get him out. This is how you get him out. And so I go over to the office, and I go, Monica, this homeless guy out here is talking about how you're a bitch. And all this stuff. And she goes, what? And I'm like, yeah, he just said you're like one of the stupidest people he's ever met, and you run this store like shit. He goes, even for a homeless person, you'd never fucking shop here. And she goes, he didn't say that. And about that time, this guy yells bitch like really loud. And I'm like, he just said it again, so I don't know what to tell you. She fucking poof, boom, 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 fucking pounds out there and yells at him to leave and all this stuff. And I'm like, there you go. That's a
nice frame job right there.
Yeah.
That's a nice frame job.
Just fucking dealt with it. And then I walk by. I'm like, Sherry, he's gone. We're good. She goes, thanks. How'd you do that? And I'm like, he called Monica a bitch, so it was easy.
Dude, those seating areas inside grocery stores are the worst idea ever.
Yep.
I don't know who fucking thought about that. It is the worst idea. Let me tell you what. If you're going into a grocery store and you see any type of chair, don't sit in it. It's a fucking grocery store. You're meant to go shopping, not to sit in there. Trust me, the people that sat in that chair before you don't want to sit in it after it.
They're
and guess what?
people.
These guys don't go around fucking with disinfectant wipes, wiping this shit off either.
Nope.
So you're just sitting in some nasty ass, swamp ass, sweaty ass, homeless man chair right after he sat in it.
I promise you, no grocery stores clean their sitting area.
I work at a grocery store.
Disgusting.
They don't.
Just in fact.
They mop that thing like once a week.
It's so disgusting. I mean, it's disgusting.
And they're not even comfortable chairs. They're like cheap ass little
the idea
bucket
is
chairs.
You don't.
Yeah, let's set the sanitation side aside right now, and the comfort level, the ambiance. The ambiance is shit. What are you gonna do? Sit around and just people watch, people shopping?
With most stores have actual cable. We have the trial DirecTV. That's what makes me laugh. Is we don't even have like actual cable. We have like trial DirecTV.
I was gonna say, what's lower than basic?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Try like we have the box that still lets us watch like the basic channels, but it doesn't let you watch
So
anything
have you
else.
guys ran out of employees? I imagine that after your 30-month free or 30-day free trial is up, you just take another employee in the store and swap their name out.
You just
So you
keep
just
swapping.
sign up a new employee for every 30 days. You get that free trial.
That's what I'm thinking. But because like anyway, except for Burger King, they have just the Food Network on all the time, which is really strange. I don't want to sit there and watch the Food Network while I eat Burger King because it's not
Burger King has TVs.
the one they just put in, the new one. Yeah, it's got 2 TVs and
So
Food Network.
What
sitting
the
there,
fuck?
you're sitting there eating your BK broiler in the BK lounge, and all of a sudden somebody's making some fucking real food on there, and you're
As
like,
if
God, that looks so good, and look at this shit I got in front of me right
Exactly.
now.
as if fast food wasn't bad enough. Now they've got you sitting in front of a TV eating fast food.
Yeah,
at
but they
the
got
fast food joint.
they got a table that lights up when you touch it, so
What the fuck?
I'm in there like swimwear, bro.
I've never been there, so.
Oh, you
A
should go
fucking
there if you want to see
light-up table?
if you want to watch Food Network.
And play with a light table.
Yeah.
Wait, a light table? Like you touch it and it lights up?
Yeah, remember
Like
I told
how,
you
like
about
you
it
can
before?
draw on it?
Yeah. I told you about it before.
Mushroom stamp it.
Interesting.
I drew a penis on it, yeah. Just to go back to the show that
Good job.
I think that was like episode 2. Yeah. But so my question out of that is
Yeah, I was like, there's a question to be had.
what would
It's a long intro to a question.
what would you guys have done?
Okay, so I am not nice, and it would have never got that far because I would have been like, you not closed or not open, and he would have been like, "Can I get a drink of that?" I'd be like, "Fuck you."
Okay. Okay.
I'm very rude to everybody, and I don't feel the need to be. No, that's not true. I'm rude to people that are asking for shit. I'm a nice person, but if he's like, "Can I get a drink of your water?" Fuck you. Get a job, you fucking homeless.
Okay.
I'm the exact opposite. Exact opposite.
And
Do you know
that's
what
how
I
you
would
end up
do?
with people doing shit to you like they did to Juan.
No, wait a second, because Juan handled this approach incorrectly. Juan, tried to give him what he thought the homeless man would want, which was basic necessities, and that is not what the homeless man wants. The homeless man wants a bottle of booze and somebody to drink with. So I would have fucking marched my ass in the store. I would have bought the cheapest bottle of fucking whiskey that there was, bring it outside, and homeless man and I would have had a good old time on break. That's what I would have done.
You're a liar.
Okay, I don't drink, and I hate alcoholics, and I hate homeless people, so none of that would work for me.
How do you know he might not be an alcoholic? Maybe he just wants somebody to enjoy a good drink with, because everywhere he goes, people treat him like shit and tell him to get the fuck away because he's homeless.
A homeless dude that's stumbling around on a wall demanding shit and getting free coffee and stuff is a fucking alcoholic.
He didn't demand alcohol. See, he truly
Was he an alcoholic,
deep
Justin?
down
You've
inside
met
wanted
alcoholics,
alcohol.
and you met this
He's
guy.
asking for water. You don't even know.
Steven, I've been to a Taco Bell with you where a homeless lady asked you for stuff and you said, "Get away from me." So I don't know. I don't know.
Mr. Overtly Nice Motherfucker.
That's just. I don't know if that was a one-time thing or what, but
It was a bad day.
I think it's it's different when like it's a homeless guy versus a homeless female. I think.
So me telling this old alcoholic fuck off is bad, but you told a grandma with 3 kids are living in a box to fuck off.
no, I mean she was no.
That's an over-exaggerated situation.
She was just like a weird homeless lady, and she'd overheard Steven and I talking, and so she like heard his name because I had said something. I had said his name, and she like comes up and she goes, "Hey, Steven," and I don't remember what she asked him, and he looked at her. He goes, "Go away," and then she just was like. Just turns around and like takes off walking.
Steven, you want
she
a gum job?
She handled that situation poorly. You can't walk up to somebody like you know them. If she would have like said, "Excuse me, sir," like, "Can I?" Like Oliver Twist coming up. "Excuse me, sir, can I have some more?" Then
that would
maybe
imply
I
you
would
gave her some already.
Speaking of old ladies, did you guys? Hopefully, this isn't your guys' story
Speaking
of the
of old
week.
ladies, gum jobs are in.
Did you guys hear about that lady that was driving around town with her children or her grandchildren
fucking dog kennel.
in kennels in the back of her car?
Can I make an argument for her?
Well,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So Well, okay, so here's what I envision happened in this situation, right? So grandma just gets back from wherever, and she has animals. Like she lives on a fucking farm, so she has kennels in the back of her truck or
Okay.
SUV or whatever. So she goes over to the grandkids' house, and the grandkids they see the kennels and they go, "Can I ride in the kennel?" Like it to me, a kid would be like excited about jumping inside of a kennel. And so she's like, fuck it, fine. We're just going to Walmart because, of course, they're going to Walmart.
35 minutes
So,
away.
yeah. And so she said, yeah, sure, go ahead and jump on in. So the kids got in there. And then it just so happened that when she's taking them out, there's fucking people there because they're in a public place. But this happened in what? Arkansas? I think it
I
was,
don't
right?
remember.
I'm asking
I
a
wanna,
question.
I wanna jump in
I
real
think
quick,
it.
and that is the 5 and 12-year-old or however old they were, both went on record as saying they begged to get out and did not want to get in there.
Well, you know what? They should have thought about that before. Grandma said they're going to Walmart, and they know it's a fucking long ways away. So they should have thought about that before they wanted to get in
I
the first
don't think they
place.
wanted to get in the fucking kennels.
Grandma's not pulling over. Once Grandma gets going, I'm sorry, Grandma's not pulling over, and that is the most probably Arkansas thing to do. That happens all the time in Arkansas. You fucking kidding me? You act like this is not an everyday occurrence in Arkansas. You know,
She
fucking
put the kids
Arkansas
in a
kids
dog kennel
are
so because she
riding
had
in dog
shit in the
kennels.
back seat.
No, you don't know there's shit in the back
That's
seat.
what the fucking news report said. There was things in the back seat. That's why the kids were in the dog kennels. There's
That's
no
fake
room in the
news.
back seat. The dog kennel part's not fake news, but the fucking reason that
No,
she
the dog
gave
kennel
is.
part's not fake news, but the shit in the back seat is.
That's what she
So
said.
In and
So
out is closing all
so
Texas
she came back
restaurants.
on record and she said that there's no room in the back seat. So
I don't know. I just thought that
She-
was some funny shit.
I think it's hilarious too.
I think
But
she
you
should
know
be
what though?
lynched.
When you were kids, didn't you guys ride in the back of pickup trucks and stuff? I mean,
Not the same
how's
thing.
that? How's
That's-
that any different?
There's airflow,
There's not a cage locking you in,
and there's airflow.
and
What?
it was a completely inescapable thing because it was up against the hatch of the van to where they could
Preventing
not.
any airflow.
You never rode inside of like a pickup truck that had a cab, like
No.
a cab over it and stuff.
No.
That's not the same at all
There's
How's
no
that not the
room.
same?
because
You
there's
can't
a.
get out of that from the inside. You're
Yes, you
locked in there.
can.
You can't get out of it from the
Yes,
inside.
you can because they have those
Well,
little
besides,
glass
like,
things that
breaking a
pop
window.
open. No, those pop open from the inside.
But it's not a confined area the size of a kennel.
And you
I'm
can.
still siding. I'm still siding with grandma. Like hey, you know what? Next time I take my dog to the vet, I'm gonna ask my son. I'm gonna say, hey, do you want to ride in the back? He's gonna be like, yeah, that sounds awesome. I'm like, all right, cool. You guys are gonna see me on the news in a couple months.
You won't.
Man in Massachusetts pulls his kid. out of a-
Massachusetts, man.
Florida man in Massachusetts.
Okay. But I just thought that shit was funny.
Lyncher.
I got one for you too, guys. So, the most recent
This is over
winner
the top.
of a lottery jackpot, this guy he went to go pick up his winnings check with a giant mask of a winky face emoji. He wanted
Okay.
to stay that
Or like,
discreet.
yeah, like to hide his identity.
Yeah, I guess so. He wanted to remain anonymous, and I guess
He figured
the
no
best
one
way
would
to
look at
do
him
that
because he looked like he's
was
the emoji
not bring it exactly. He wanted to not bring attention to himself by wearing a winky face emoji mask while headed to the lottery office to go pick up his check.
He also wear a sock on his dong, and that was all.
That's
Yes,
a bold
you saw the
move.
same. You saw the same article.
I was that was me.
Winky face was. So that just got me thinking. You guys, one, what would you do if you won the lottery? And then two, how baller of a move would you guys do to go pick up your check?
All right, if I won the lottery, I would probably shit my pants in the most literal form.
Do
Not
you,
like it would excite me. I would just sit there and I would focus on taking a giant dump in
So
my pants.
do you wear your
I'm
poop
talking about-
pants to
I'm talking
pick up
about,
the
I
like-
check?
do. I do wear my. That's where I'm going with it. I then wear
Yeah,
my
but I'm
shit
talking about
pants.
like
to-
right when you won, not like long term.
No, I
Gary, you're
understand.
just
I'm
shitting
saying I
your
would shit my pants,
the whole time.
and then I would go to pick up my check with shit still in my drawers.
I'm still wearing my poop pants right now.
I'm still wearing my poop pants right now. But I would also have on hand a paper mache mask of my face, and I would wear it with my shit drawers and go pick up my check for $5.
How long is it gonna take you to? How long is it gonna take you to make a paper mache mask of your
It'll
face?
take me
Or
2 minutes
or
because
you
I
have
already
that
have
shit
one.
already done?
Well,
Do you really?
How
No,
long do
I
you?
wish.
How long do you have to pick up your check?
You have 72 hours. I don't know.
No, you don't. It's way longer than that. You got like 6 months, I think.
Okay.
Fucking
You have a
6
long
months.
time. It's a
Why
it's a
would you
long
take
time.
6 months to pick up your fucking lottery check?
All right. So what I do is I use the rest of the money that I do currently have to hire a makeup artist to transform me into one of those really old people. Okay. And then I go and pick it up, and everyone's pissed off because this 80-year-old guy just won the lottery. He doesn't need that money. He's about to die. Blah, blah, blah. All this stuff. Everyone's watching me, And then I take it, and now the news and everybody is looking for this 80-year-old Justin Seacrest that just won the lottery. And so they're all looking for them, and they contact me. Hey, do you know anybody? There's a Justin Seacrest. Your name's Justin Seacrest. After I've now claimed the money, lost old face, I'm back to Justin face, and they're like, an
Lost
elderly man with the same name as yours, is this possibly your grandfather? And I'd be like, no, sorry, I didn't even know there was another Justin Seacrest in town. That's really crazy, actually. I'm like,
Who is contacting you?
the news always
Okay.
hunts down the people that won.
Because I was gonna say, like,
Oh,
the
for
people you're
sure.
getting it, they know who you are. You have to fill out paperwork to receive it because you have to file taxes on that shit.
Yeah, well, no, that's understandable. I'm saying that
You should
everyone
take it
else
like
isn't gonna
one
know.
step further and have like the makeup artist, like you hire them on for the rest of your life because you're like a
Yeah.
ridiculous millionaire now, and they just every day they just give you like Benjamin Button disease. So every day they like take away a wrinkle, and then you just get younger and younger and younger
Take it one
over
step
like a
even
span
farther
of like
than
10
that.
years or something. So that way,
You meet up in the middle.
yeah, go.
Oh, I was saying, I was continuing. You meet up in the middle with your age growing older or growing
Yeah,
younger as you get
exactly.
older. Well, I was gonna
Yeah,
say, you
so
take
you
it one step.
gradually reduce yourself down until you are like the actual age that you kind of look, and then everybody's like, "What the fuck?"
You take it one step farther. You hire a makeup artist, make you look old, and then you have them fucking go pick up the check. And it was just to be an old man. That's a nice little thing that you like to do in your spare time, is be an old man.
Oh, I got you. So I
You're
never.
just sitting at home and you send the makeup artist to go pick up your lottery check.
That's not bad.
It's unrelated. The old man thing was unrelated to the lottery. It was just what you were doing this
I don't know
weekend
if I
anyways.
trust somebody else going to pick up
No.
my $100 million check though.
No.
Like I don't. I think that'd have to be me.
Well, what would you do then?
Gosh, well, what would I do with the money? What I do with the money is,
How would you pick it
I
up?
mean, how would I pick it up? I'd probably go like empty my bank account and get like all like $1 bills, and I'd walk in there just like start like flashing the money before I even had my real money.
Hmm.
So I would just walk in there with like fucking briefcases full of ones and just go, start spreading that all over the place. So I'm walking into the lottery's office while a cloud of money is just hovering that lottery office.
So we're all imagining that there's a giant crowd of people standing in this very professional office you're going to pick up your lottery check, aren't we?
There's a giant crowd of news people.
Is there? I've never
Are
watched
people
somebody
just
receive it.
hanging out at the lottery office though? Like, is that just like
That's what I'm saying. We're
people just
imagining like you're
hanging out
walking
every
through a
day?
fucking crowd, like the kids walking up to Willy Wonka, walking through a fucking crowd of people.
That was because
Yeah,
the factory had been closed for years.
And we knew
Terrible.
the exact
Tell us,
day that
Justin.
somebody was gonna. We knew the exact day that Willy Wonka was gonna open it.
It was an event that the
was
entire
in
town
November?
was invited to.
Yeah, this nobody. I mean, nobody
what I'm
knows
saying,
what
like-
day that guy's gonna pick it up.
Because the way we're talking is as if there's a giant crowd of motherfuckers.
There's going to be
walking
news
through.
people outside watching because that's just
Why
what
not
they
there
do.
be nobody? Why can't I just do that for my own enjoyment?
I don't
Fuck
know
other
why
people.
not. Why not
That's
there
all
be
for me.
nobody?
Why not there be nobody?
Why
Solomon
not?
Grundy.
Why not there be no ain't buddy around when I go pick up my $100 million?
Solomon Grundy want $1 million.
$1 million.
So
can you dress up as Dr. Evil? Is that a better option than the old person if you Dr. Evil it?
fucking
There you
losing my
go.
hair like Dr. Evil.
That's
Why-
good. You gotta hire a
Jerry,
midget.
what is so wrong?
Robert better not get in my face.
I hit all the buttons on that one.
I'll drop
I
I
didn't-
didn't know where you were going with that. I was like, fuck it, is Robert taking my hair? Because I'll fuck you up, Robert.
You know what's sad is you couldn't hire Vern Troyer for the day
I know, that's super sad. Why the fuck would you
anymore.
even bring
Rest
that
in
up?
peace.
Killed himself. Everyone's killing themselves.
Oh,
Anthony
man.
Bourdain killed himself. Why is everyone killing themselves? Just
Drugs, baby.
die normal.
Well,
Depression, man. Depression
his name,
sucks, dude.
Vern Troyer was a fucking major alcoholic. Anthony Bourdain was like doing. He was a heroin addict for a long time, and they believe that he started doing it again wherever he was up filming. That they believe that's why. What happened was he started doing heroin again. But Vern Troyer was just a major alcoholic, and he was super depressed.
I didn't hear that
Well,
about
how-
Anthony Bourdain. I just
You never heard that?
no.
That was a big thing.
I didn't- I
they're
didn't
not
hear
saying
that
that
about him as
that's
well.
what killed him, but he was a drug addict. He was a major drug addict.
I just thought.
Well,
he
I
was-
heard
his-
that
someone in his family
before.
or someone in his life died. I thought that's what was the kicker.
I mean, that probably might have kicked him because he was out. He was out of the country. So drugs like that.
I don't know.
Anthony Bourdain. So Anthony Bourdain, yes, you're right. Before he was a big drug addict before, and then he turned his life around. He was actually like bankrupt, like nothing, no money in his pocket, no family would talk to him. At like 45, like 45 years old, he turned his life around and he pitched ideas and wrote books, and started his show and partnered with like CNN. His show was on, but
History Channel.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm pretty
Travel
originally,
Channel, I mean?
but I
Travel
think it was
Channel
on
or
CNN.
Discovery. Southern California Cheesecake Factory cheated 559 janitors out of $4.57 million in wages.
Jesus.
What the fuck? I don't know if I'm more disappointed for what had happened or because I really like Cheesecake Factory and now I just lost all respect for him.
If dispersed evenly, that's $8,197 per janitor that was cheated out. That's stupid because they're not going to get interest on top of that. They're going to get just the flat rate of $8,000
You see, that's just getting away. they're just
unless
fucking-
they try and class action it.
They're just like
You think they're gonna
fuck out of
class
their
action
money,
it?
and then everyone's worried about IHOB.
IHOB. I can't believe they're
Cheesecake
doing
is like fuck our employees. And
Yeah,
IHOB is
right?
like we got burgers. They're like fuck IHOB.
right. And like, who
That's-
cares?
IHOB is not sticking, right? That's a gimmick,
No, it's a
right?
temporary
They-
thing.
See, you're
That's a
more concerned
promo?
about
Yeah,
that
that's
than
what
the
I thought.
fucking dudes that aren't getting paid at the Cheesecake Factory.
It's- No.
It's a temporary thing. What kind of world do we live in? No,
that ain't right.
it's a temporary thing.
Yeah,
just
it's a-
obviously like their paychecks
It's
were.
a very, very successful. Yeah, I was gonna say it's a very successful publicity stunt.
Everybody say, hey, any publicity is good publicity.
So are they changing the signs outside of their places
I
too?
think they did go with all that. They changed. the
No, they
design,
didn't.
everything.
They can't. There's no way that's gonna be cost effective.
Well, I mean,
Maybe
they got
put
like
maybe they put like a banner up in front of their sign, but there's no way they actually switched out like their neon sign.
are
I'll
there
see if I can
menus?
find the IHOB sign.
Are their menus different?
There's burgers. They've had burgers. I don't know.
Well,
what the
yeah,
fuck.
that they've had burgers. That's what I'm saying. Did they change anything, or they just changed the B?
I don't know, man.
Really, I think
you
the
know what el-
reveal could have been way better because you know how it's a P. I think the
Yeah.
reveal should have just been like a 20 or 30-second YouTube video of the P, the little bar on the bottom just slowly moving up. No, just slowly, not even spin, just like slowly, and they just do and it just hits the top, and then that's it,
Fucking
and then it's
steal the.
No, 30 seconds.
Yeah,
dude, they
exactly.
need to draw that shit out.
SpongeBob?
Dude. They need to make it like a 6-minute video of it just
Yes.
creeping up, and with the music going the whole time, the same music,
or
just
maybe
creeping up the
Oh,
whole
they-
time.
there are some places that
Yeah.
change their signs.
They fucking really changed their name. Temporarily changing their fucking shit to IHOB. I don't care about the news.
Yeah, that's not cost effective. You know what? You know what happened is that I think whoever
I mean,
came
it's
up
not
with
really
this
not cost
idea,
effective. It's not like they They have the
See?
big giant McDonald's arches. They just
They just
B.
changed
No,
a
but
P
okay,
to
so
a B.
I think that somebody who came up with this idea really thought it was a good idea, and they were like, "This is it. This is gonna save the International House of Burgers now, and this is gonna be amazing." And then all of a sudden they came out with it, and they had such backlash, but they already started changing over some of those signs. They're like, "Fuck, great. Now we gotta gimmick this."
No, dude, this has been a long thing. They changed they took the Twitter handle IHOB like a year and a half ago or something. So I mean they've been working on it. And it's just publicity stunt and it's working because they're getting all the attention.
Yeah, like I said,
Any
they've had
publicity is good
burgers, so
publicity.
it's not like they did anything different. They might
Do you
have
know
I
what
hope
else
they
kind of
change.
publicity is good?
I've never eaten IHOP in
Well,
my life.
Why not?
You never ate at IHOP?
It's disgusting.
No, it's
Yeah,
not.
so you're not missing much.
They
They really aren't the International House of Pancakes.
Well, they only
They're
are.
not. They're International House of Burgers.
Well, no, they're not even international.
Touche.
They're only in America.
Intercontinental.
So they've been lying to us the whole
Yeah.
time.
The
Yeah.
Intercontinental
They-
House of Burgers. The
I'm sure they've
ICHOB.
got one in they've got one in fucking Mexico somewhere.
Maybe I don't know. The
Just to
article I
call
look,
them
you can look it up if you want.
International.
That's what I was gonna look up.
The the article I read, it was just like they're only American. So
Is IHOP international? Did you mean IHOB? Is this
anyway,
gonna go to the wiki, baby?
what were you saying, Steven?
I was gonna say, any type of promotion is good promotion, like the publicity for LifeUnderFire.net.
That was terrible. Yeah, it's
I
good.
know it was
There is
so bad, especially because it
1,600
was after the
locations
fact.
in North America, Latin America, Middle East,
Oh, okay.
Southeastern Asia, and Oceania.
Wonder
That's
why
why
that-
we
that's a-
only have Gary facts on here, Justin. That's why we
Well,
don't
I
have
just
Justin
read an. I
facts.
literally read an article.
You read a portion of an article.
It was on the Huffington Post.
I read a portion of a headline of an article.
I was just gonna say, would you read it from the Huffington Post? And then
Yeah.
you come out and you're like, "Yo, I read it from the Huffington Post.
It's
It's all
okay.
real news on
It's
there."
okay. I don't mind being wrong. That's fine. It's okay with me. But
You know what's wrong? You know what's not wrong? The shirt you got going on right now.
oh yeah,
Everybody's watching this. Justin's got
the young
the
Life
Life
Under
Under
Fire
Fire
shirt.
shirt.
Just wearing it. You
What?
know, Gary doesn't have one yet because he sucks.
No, that's a dope ass shirt though. That's
Oh,
nice.
now I messed the camera up.
Ah,
Yeah. There we go. Just focus it on me.
fuck that out.
Focus. All right, there we go. But yeah, if you want one, you can go to lifeunderfire.net and click buy merch, and you can go to it'll take you to our Teespring where we have all our shirts in a mug. And Gary did the tea. Let's go to the Teespring. You know, you can go to the young Teespring. You can also, that's just where you can find all of our podcasts, and you can subscribe wherever you
Gang
listen,
signs.
because we are on so many different platforms that it's so hard we can't sit here and name all of them to everybody. So wherever you're listening from, subscribe.
Stitcher,
YouTube, Spotify,
iTunes,
Stitcher, iTunes,
Google Play,
Google Play.
Spotify.
We're not on Spotify.
We're not on Spotify.
Oh, we're not on Spotify.
Tune
Listen
in.
to us on
That's
Spotify.
not a tune in thing. I think we got tune in.
Tune in, YouTube.
See, we can name them all, Justin. Come on, man. You're
Okay.
acting like it's like fucking there's a million of them.
You know what? There's a million of news articles every day, but we had to pick our favorite one.
It's also terrible.
Since it was so terrible, Gary, tell me, what is yours? I don't know why you screenshot your shit.
I
and then-
don't. I wrote it down. Fuck you.
Did
I-
you have a message with just you, like between yourself?
Where I keep all my notes.
Okay.
Did you not have a notes app on your phone? You fucking
No.
just message yourself?
Yes.
Facebook messaged himself, so Facebook has his notes.
He doesn't. Wait, he doesn't even just directly text himself. He has
You
to use
you
it.
and Cambridge Analytica have all your notes.
Well, they can fucking use them if they want.
They're gonna steal your Netflix show.
Actually, I was reading a thing.
He put all of
Since
his
I-
Netflix show ideas on
since
his
I
Facebook
pitched it,
Messenger.
I was reading a thing on how trademarks work. Since I pitched it, if I were to have said, which I think I said, I would like to have made it or make it. As long as I said it, then I have intent. Therefore, I have intent for ownership, and no one can steal it. I actually can
Yeah, but
sue somebody
do
for
you know
stealing that.
Do you know what Netflix has?
Money.
Fucking money.
180 billion dollars to buy your ass out of that idea. for
They can
cheap,
buy me
for-
out of it. That's fine.
Not for dirt cheap. They're just gonna weasel away through it, man.
That's fucking
it's
fine.
Their idea
I still
now.
have money, but they
What
can't
It's
just
their
take it.
idea.
What they're gonna do is they're gonna make the show, and then you're gonna eat a dick. That's what's gonna happen.
Well, I have proof and intent. I have proof and intent, and that's
You're gonna
literally
have no
how the law
idea
works.
that show exists. You're just gonna be watching Netflix one day, and you're like, "Oh, a new Netflix show." You're gonna flip it on, and you'll be like, "Wait, what the fuck?"
I'm like,
"This is
oh,
my
cool, Dax Shepard's
my
an animated
idea."
show. He's talking to fucking Liam
They get
Neeson.
your
What
whole
the
cast,
fuck?
Everything.
They get all the celebrities. You motherfuckers. And then
Well, they
I
would
get all
just-
pissed. I start a lawsuit, and I get a check for $280,000 in the check in the mail. I'm
No,
like,
they
oh,
No,
They-
you, no,
they give
wouldn't
you
get a check for
10 grand.
$280,000.
I'll take
max,
10 grand.
Max you get is 10 grand.
I'll take 8 grand. I'll take a fucking handshake and a good job.
Well, okay, so there you go. So you just pitched your idea for a handshake and
You
a
just
good job.
yeah.
I'll
You,
take a
you
hand
just
job and a
killed
good
yourself.
you may retract that because if
I
this
retract that. I'll take a hand job and a good shake. Chocolate.
Justin, I don't think he's understanding what we're
does,
trying
not.
to do here.
He's not. Gary, favorite news article of the week. What have you got?
I got 2,505 women in Ireland broke the Guinness Book of World Record for skinny dipping, previously held by 786 people in Australia in 2015. For a
Holy
charity.
shit, they killed it.
Yeah, by a fucking long shot. They did it to raise money for a charity. It was just like an overall arching cancer charity in Ireland.
Mm.
It primarily based in breast cancer, but it does all kinds of cancers. So yeah, it's a fucking skinny dipping day, and it's 25.
See, now when I heard
or 200.
when I heard 2,501, right?
5.
And 5,
Don't
like
take
I thought the
four from
old
them.
record was like 2,500.
No, they fucking
they're like, oh,
demolished the old
Fuck
record.
'em.
700 was the old
And
record.
it was an
and they're like,
accident. Like one guy just was
No,
swimming
we-
already. He didn't even know.
we,
It's funny
we
though.
want
Is
to triple that number.
they talk about how it was a crazy thing because the weather or the temperature of the water was 50 degrees, and they said it was a chilly 50 degrees, and I think that's funny because our river's 32 degrees, 42 degrees.
Doesn't water freeze at 32
Yeah,
Fahrenheit?
that's what I think it's 42. Well, no, no, water can be
Yes,
fucking
no.
0 degrees as long as it's running. Well, not 0 degrees.
The
but
dam would freeze then.
The dam, no, kind of. They would get a layer over the top, but it would never fully freeze.
Hmm.
Gary
fact.
Anyways,
We'll take it. I'll take it.
Our river is much colder than 50
yeah,
degrees.
it's
But,
too much work to go try to dispute it. That's it.
but I thought that was
that's
a very
bona
nice
fide Gary
story.
fact.
I mean, if we're being fair, people say, a chili whatever for water. It's like, all right, well, our water's fucking 40 degrees, okay? Then they're like, oh, it's a fucking hot 85 when it's 120 here. So for some reason, we have two different extremes in this valley itself.
Well, our river never gets 85. Our river's always 40 degrees.
I'm
It's, like,
talking about the
running-
weather.
oh,
So
okay.
we have water that's like 40 degrees, and people are like,
Okay.
"Oh my god, that's freezing," because they don't have, they have
Yeah.
they have warm waters, and then they're like, "Oh my god, it's 85 degrees outside. This is ridiculous." When it's like,
So we
okay,
just always have
we
extreme
have our
weather.
our houses sit at like 85 so that we don't freaking break our
Yeah.
our air,
Yeah, our air conditioner is bringing down 45 degrees to an 80.
Yeah, so it's like
Yeah, what is it there already? It's already like 120.
It's the highest we've hit is 117 yesterday.
yeah,
Jeez Louise.
And summer technically
It's
starts
7:40
sometime
at
this-
7:40 at night, and it's 106 degrees. So
It was 101 2 nights ago at 2 in the morning. It's
tell me,
still
please,
hot on the ground.
please tell me about your spicy 85
Yes.
that you
I
have.
Here I am complaining the other day. It's like 82 degrees outside. Dude, it's hot as shit.
You're like, I
in
gotta open my
Massachusetts.
fucking windows
No,
to get
what's
this
even
shit.
fucking
you know?
worse is
Dude, it's bad, and you guys are like fucking. It's 117.
monsoon season started, so today it was 117 with fucking humidity starting. So I'm just
Oh, no,
drenched
that
in
fuck
sweat
sucks.
all day.
I love monsoons.
I
They're-
love when they rain, but I
I
hate before and after.
It's so funny because some people just don't like rain, but I like. I think everybody in this town like loves rain because it's like when California is like we're in a drought. It's like, bitch, you're next to the fucking ocean. Go,
Figure it out.
figure your shit out. We're like sitting here in a valley. We
You have
get like
Silicon Valley. How the fuck do you not figure
Yeah,
out how
we
to
get-
desalinize fucking
they
ocean
can. They know
water?
how to. It just would it costs too much. So, but now it's like we get rain like 3 months out of 12.
We
It's
get
like-
rain 3 times in a 3-month
You get
period.
rain like
Yeah.
3 days out
Yeah.
of the year. What are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying. Like in a 3-month span, that's when we have the opportunity
You're
for
just, like,
rain.
out-
We have a total of a
outside,
half
you're just
hour of
like,
rain.
Yeah, it's like
In
sure,
1
fine.
year, we get a total of a half hour of fucking rain.
Yeah, I'm like, but then people are like, we're in a drought. It's like it only rained 15 times last month. It's like, hold on, doing that math. That's 3 years for us. What is So it's like I don't know what it is about this town. It's like Twilight Zone town where like we have like the extremes for everybody that like people are like, oh, it hasn't rained here in weeks. Like it hasn't rained here in months. And it's fucking hot outside. Really, it's 120. God, our waters are freezing. Really, ours is almost literally freezing. It's like fuck you. Whoever you are, wherever you're at, you have it pretty damn good, okay?
We have 20 mile an hour wind. We have 45 mile an hour wind at 135
Dude, I watched
degrees.
a tree almost fall over onto my neighbor's house like 4 years ago.
I've literally seen a fucking palm tree get uprooted
And
by
that was just
wind.
an average Tuesday.
Yeah,
It
like
was. It's not like we were
we're just in a freaking crater in the middle of the desert, and it's just like
for 3 months out of the year. We are constantly in a fucking high extreme wind advisory.
Dude, I have a car that barely passes for a car in weight measurements, and so when it's friggin' 50-mile-per-hour wind and I'm trying to drive to work, I'm losing money driving to work
And for
because
those-
it's just pounding on the front of my car that can barely. It's
For
got
those
like
listening-
98 horsepower. It cannot compete with this goddamn 50-mile-per-hour.
For those listening, none of these are over exaggerations.
Yeah, these are 100%. These aren't Gary facts. These are like, Jesus Christ, please. Like, this is not good. But anyway, Steven, what do you got?
My news comes because a major company is doing the work that local government officials are not. So
seen
this
this.
comes from Indiana, Indianapolis. Domino's Pizza had started filling potholes because the city does not want to do it. So the city will not fund for those potholes. And I mean, I'm talking like flatten your tire potholes. The city will not fund it. So Domino's Pizza took it upon themselves to fill potholes inside of the city of Indianapolis. And when they were done, they put a nice like stamp,
Yeah.
like a painted stamp of Domino's Pizza, like courtesy, like filled courtesy of
Yeah.
Domino's Pizza. And this is like the best marketing campaign of all time.
I was gonna say they're like ingeniously logo branding their fucking potholes.
On every single street. I mean,
Yeah.
like they're just going around filling it with tar and putting a fucking stamp of Domino's Pizza on it, and everybody loves them for it because everybody's been complaining about potholes not getting filled, and it's like I won't say it's free advertisement because it's costing them to fill the holes in, but it's great publicity.
Oh yeah, I mean, it might not like be for a little while. It might not be very cost effective. Like they might not get their money back immediately, but the publicity that's coming with it is fucking worth so much more.
Well, and you got to think how many of their drivers have like
Yeah, they're
lost
saving
the
their own
tire,
drivers, such like that.
Yeah, Domino's has had to pay for their drivers' tires because they get a fucking pothole delivering pizza. Like this is, I don't know.
Genius.
To me,
Thank you for
this was
Oops, my bad.
Justin getting crazy with the buttons. This was my favorite news of the week because I wish that Domino's Pizza everywhere was so courteous and not just in Indianapolis.
And I wish
Indiana.
we had thousands of women skinny dipping everywhere. That's why these are our favorite stories of the week.
That's true. That's why So I like where your mind goes. Your mind goes to like naked women, and my mind goes to pizza. And I'm like, oh man, this is a
And
fucking
yet
great
I'm
pizza story.
still fucking fatter somehow.
Wait, so the town of Indianapolis, they have like
Well,
a
that's
lot
where
of money, no? Because the Colts.
Yeah, it's fucking Metropolitan, absolutely, dude.
I was trying to verify because
the Pacers, dude, and the Pacers.
That's super weird that they wouldn't.
Dude, and they've hosted the Super Bowl like at least like twice in like.
Well, and they have they host the combine. That's a lot of money that gets spent.
Indianapolis is run by cock munchers.
Cotton munchers?
Cock munchers.
Oh, I'm like, that sounds really like a lot of effort actually to munch on cotton. You just like, it would just never break down.
Just gnawing on that shit, it would never break down in your mouth.
Hey, are we talking about raw, unprocessed cotton?
Yeah.
Fucking, jeez.
Cotton. I think any cotton overall is not going to break down in your mouth. No. Okay.
So I just want to say thank you, Domino's.
Yeah, shout out to Domino's.
We appreciate you. Please come and fill all my potholes up here in Massachusetts.
That sounded sexual.
Fill my stomach with pizza.
Yes, do that too.
Even though I don't order from them.
Go fill all of Stephen Holes and then just fill Justin's mouth.
What? Wait, what?
Jesus Christ. All right, we'll get to mine. Mine is tad bit dramatic.
Uh-oh.
Okay, and I only picked it because I wanted your guys' opinion, okay? Transgender track star wins state championship and ignites debate over rules. So the argument is that the transgender student should not be able to compete in the gender that they've transed into, going from male to female, because overall their physicality and everything is obviously stronger. Even though they're now a woman, they're still stronger, faster, built, has everything. Because they spent so many years as a male, you don't lose all that.
Wait, so you had a woman,
male,
you have a man who raced against women?
We have a man that turned into a woman and raced with women because now he is a woman.
Did she have? She's officially a woman.
Yeah, she's completely converted. But you completely converting does not change the fact that your frame and muscles.
No, I disagree with all of this completely. I think it's ridiculous. I think that's a very touchy subject, and I think it's a very hard one to define, because even if you would say a woman is taking testosterone to turn into a man, now if she goes and competes with other women, she's obviously going to have an advantage because she's been taking testosterone, and she's going to have better muscle definition and have more muscles and things like that. So I think it's a very touchy subject, and I don't like where it's going, because where it's going is obviously they're going to have their own categories. So it's ridiculous, because eventually in the future you're going to have a male category, you're going to have a woman's category, then you're going to have a woman turn into male category and a male turn into a woman category.
See, I have a completely different opinion, and that is, I don't think there's a problem. It's a race, right? It was running.
Well, I'm not. I just brought it up because it leads.
It
leads into.
The specific thing was a race, right?
Is track is a track meet overall.
So I don't think I've met plenty of women that are fucking faster than any guy I've ever met, and I've seen plenty of women that are fucking stronger than any guy I've ever met. So I don't think it's a male female thing. I don't think like that. Like
I wouldn't imagine every woman that's faster than Gary. I've met every woman that's stronger than Gary. Is that what that statement was? He's just looking around the room.
So I don't think that it's a big enough deal, because it's all about how you train, and so.
No, not inherently a male. It sucks to say, but I mean it is scientifically, a male is stronger and built for more physical stuff than a woman is. So it's not.
I don't agree.
Okay, you don't have to agree. You don't have to agree, but it is.
I don't agree that is a scientific.
It's scientifically
proven fact.
Okay. So you go punch a chick in the face, and then let that chick punch you in the face at a natural overall thing, not someone that purposely works out to be.
What the fuck do you think track stars do?
They fucking run.
They purposely work out what they do.
So yeah, but a male that has been running for track that then converts into a female is now running against females that had been training. So he's already trained as a track star.
The testosterone that pumped his muscles,
it's still there.
Gone.
No, it's not. This man is still. He still has male muscles. He still has an entire build. He's been running. No, hold on. Stop. He's been running I think he was like 18. He's been or something. I don't know how old he was. It didn't say in the article, but he's been at least an entire lifetime. He has been spent training as a male, competing against other men, and now he has to compete against other women.
If there were no differences biologically between men and women, even before they started taking hormones or testosterone, then we wouldn't have two separate gender races. We would just have one race, and all men and women would compete against each other all the time. But we don't have that. There's biologically, men are one way and female are another way. So you have to have two separate categories. So when you have those boundaries that cross those that get broken, and you have people that cross those categories, it's almost not fair, because those people in those categories are staying in one lane, and those people are taking enhancers. I mean, and it's different.
Okay, so
but she's not taking an enhancer. She's taking the opposite, a fucking supplement or.
Okay, she doesn't have to though. She's already converted. She's
taking estrogen. Still,
he's already converted to be the girl.
She's still a man. She is biologically a man.
Muscularly still. Hold on. I got a better. Okay, so in another instance, it's not this article, but so there was a big problem. It was like 3 or 4 months ago. This male that converted to a female. Okay, before, when he was a male, he was an MMA fighter. He converted to be a female, and now he competes in female MMA. And he literally ran the fucking table, destroying everybody. 1 round, 2 round, fucking full knockouts, destroying people. Is now the top of that thing. And people are saying that it's not fair because he was a male, okay? But you say he's taking estrogen. His testosterone is being suppressed. Okay, but he is a male.
It's different.
No, it's not. It's the entire thing.
I said running. Said running.
I don't think you can't separate it, and you can't just say it's
My
just
question
running,
is,
because where would you draw the line? It's basketball, whatever. It's just basketball. You're just dribbling and putting a ball in a hoop. Yet there's a WNBA and there's an NBA.
Because females that compete against males that are trained for that thing cannot physically compare unless they are, superior beings.
I don't know how you're saying women can't physically compare to a male in running. It is how you
male
train.
if okay, so we go back to hunter gatherers. What was the majority
of? How
the
fuck did I get labeled as a sexist in this podcast?
No, Justin, just keep the argument with running. Okay, who's the world record holder for the 100 meters? Usain Bolt, a male. And who was it before that? It was a male. Women run the 100 meters all the time.
Do they get put in the same competition as these men?
No, but they run the same thing.
They run the same exact thing. They run 100 meters. But no woman has gone faster than the world record. It's always been a man who's broken the world record.
This guy that one thing didn't win a world record. He's not Usain Bolt, who's a fucking
no, but that's
show.
your,
no, but
it's
the
argument,
very first
though.
thing that he
same running argument.
The first track competition he competed in, he won everything that he was placed in. He got first place by a mile. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I look at it as if women want complete equality, then there should be no complaint that this guy who's now a girl came and stomped their fucking asses.
It's not about women wanting equality.
No, it has nothing to do with that. It's has nothing to do with that. We're just talking about.
No, I'm saying in general, if women want equality, there shouldn't be separate
there is equality on it. We can't. That's the thing. We have to have separate stuff. It's not for equality. If women want to compete against men, they do it all the time. There's women that go and play on male football teams. There's a quarterback. I think she was in like Utah or New Mexico, and she was the quarterback for her high school team. But at the end of the year, she didn't get picked. You know why? Because she can't throw the ball as far as a male can because her body will not physically let her.
Here you go. The 100-meter world record is Usain Bolt, and he ran it in a 9.58. 9.58.
I can do that.
Okay, the women's world record is a full second behind 10.49.
Both prime specimens for running. That's all they do their whole life.
That's all they do their whole life. And you're talking Olympic
So
gold
now,
medal.
Usain Bolt converts to be a girl, and now he's running
exactly,
against.
yeah, and he destroys it. Yeah,
Statistically, he is a
girl,
minute or a second faster than these people that he's already running against.
and then now he
Whole
beats
minute.
the women's, and he holds the women's record as well. Is that fair?
Yeah, he paid to be a woman.
Bullshit.
Is that what we're doing?
Christ,
We're going
Gary.
pay to play on this
Jesus
one.
Christ.
It's fucking pay to play, baby.
I don't know.
Jesus
I just
Christ.
thought that it was an interesting thing to bring up because there is not. I didn't know how you guys felt on competing against somebody because they
I
are
mean,
women now, but it's
yeah,
not.
that's what I'm saying. Like, if they went through the whole process, because it's not a fucking cheap process to change your sex. And if they
But
went
it's
through
not
the whole
about
thing,
money, though.
well,
It's
no, let
not
me
about
finish.
money.
Is what
It's
I'm
talking
saying
about
it's not cheap, not financially, not
advantages.
fucking at any way. It's not. But if you feel comfortable and our generation and fucking the society now accepts them as a woman now, so yeah, why the fuck wouldn't they be able to compete? And they just get to be the best in their fucking competition.
Because it's not fair. It goes.
I came up with an idea for an episode for a Twilight Zone episode. Have you watched all of them yet, Justin?
I have seen most of them. Yeah,
It is a very interesting story. I don't mean to pull
all
away
the
from it.
Twilight
It is interesting,
Zones?
and it came up with a good conversation.
Continue. What do you got?
So, I think what if there was an episode where the scientists made like genetically engineered small people, and I don't mean like Vern Troyer. I mean like the size of a fucking this, and they kept him in like this like little class biodome where they think this where they live, and it's like their village of people, and so they're raised to believe that they're that, um, and they're raised to be intelligent and extremely like they listen and they're controlled by these people, so they're very what is the word I'm looking for? Very
No idea. Continue.
uh
Just continue.
Have you seen the one about dolls?
I've never
There's
watched any of them.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, there's kind of one I would say that's kind of like this. There's
I don't know. It gets a lot more.
a family that's living in a house, and uh, they think that they're alive. And when they go to sleep or something like that at night, then they always wake up and they're in a different position. Well, it turns out at the end of the episode that they're dolls. They're actually dolls, and like a little kid is playing with them, and they live inside of a doll house, and they think that they're alive.
Well, this is kind of way different.
It's
And once every few years, the gods, what they pray to as their gods, as their overlords, come down and they hold like a festival to determine the best of these people, right? Like you're the best, and then once whoever wins that, they get to ascend to the next plane or whatever you want to call it. Then come to find out that they just use like a shrinking and non-shrinking, so they grow them big, and now like the most intelligent but subservient person is now this group's they make them big, and then they go on to be like a figurehead leader of some kind of other, so like groomed to be or something along those lines.
Okay.
I don't know.
I think
That's not how the Twilight Zone works. Not really.
What do you mean? It's just like
Well, I mean, it's
no,
not.
the Twilight Zone is like something that gets you to think about something that might actually be happening in our parallel universe. Like it gets you
Yeah,
to
like
think like
that's
outside
more
of
of that's like Tales from the Crypt or something like
Tales
something
from
like
the
that.
Crypt, or maybe even like a Black Mirror episode.
Yeah, Black Mirror makes a lot more
Well,
sense.
I was just as that's what you've been watching, but
Mm.
any kind of anthology show like that.
Yeah, that's more of a
It-
Black Mirror type thing.
But just something like along those lines. I mean, you could change a lot, but just along the lines of it's just like they think they're in their world, but in reality,
well, there's an episode where they like land on these people land on an alien planet or whatever, and
kind of like the Rick and Morty episode.
yeah, so there's these people these astronauts like land on this planet they think, but it turns out they're like living there's this giant person. I think I might have it backwards. I don't know. Or
Is
it's a person. Yeah, no, it's a giant lady. They landed on a giant lady over to just to spoil the show. So they
like
think
the episode of Futurama. Where Bender's floating through space and he has the people living on him.
Yeah, but she doesn't know. So she keeps
okay.
seeing these little people all around the place.
But she's just in Earth.
Yeah, but it turns out that it was just these people that landed on her. So they have this giant woman they landed on, and they think that they found monsters and all this stuff, but really they're just small people that landed on a normal person.
Okay.
So that's the only similar thing I could think of to that.
I don't know.
But I don't know. That's interesting. I suppose it'd be cool to see what Black Mirror could do with that, even though they murdered somebody, a lot of people.
What do you mean?
In the final episode of the season 3.
Oh, I haven't seen.
Oh.
Wait,
Good thing.
The newest season?
Spoiler alert.
Good thing it's season 4. I told you about season 3. You're welcome.
Wait, what's the newest season that's on right now?
Season 4.
Then yeah, I've seen season. What are you talking about then?
The doctor that murders people?
He's talking about season 3.
The doctor that I've seen season 3, but I don't fucking know what you're talking about.
Might be season 4 then.
Maybe.
Who knows? It's all right. It's whatever. But
Justin's just dropping spoilers.
Yeah, didn't mean to ruin Black Mirror for you. It's been out for a while.
I don't know. I was just.
That's something though. That's not too bad.
Kind of like a mind fuck at the end.
What a twist! That's good. Well, we're going on an hour and 18 minutes, so I think that's a decent amount.
Let me see if I had anything else written down.
Yeah, check your notes really quick before we
check your messages to yourself. See, half of them are already gone already because Cambridge Analytica took them.
Yeah, they stole them.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
all my ideas for the week.
No more Gary ideas. That's what we should do. We should make a segment of just Gary ideas.
Of shit that I write down while I'm driving.
This week in Gary's mind, we found there's not a lot there. Yeah, probably dicks. It's always dicks. It's always dicks. But you know what's not always dicks? Our show. And we thank you guys for listening. Even though there's a lot of dicks on the show.
There's at least 3 on the screen right now.
6.
My dick's not out.
Six,
yours?
6 dicks. There's too many dicks on the dance floor, that's for sure. We can.
Oh.
But I mean, thank you guys for listening. We actually our last episode about aliens was actually pretty popular. We just hit, I think it was like 47 downloads on that one.
Ooh.
That's crazy.
We love you guys.
Aliens. That's what we just needed to get an alien podcast going because that like fucking brings them in.
Clickbait the shit out of our
They-
episodes with aliens.
It brings them in, man. They're like, aliens, what the fuck? You know? I would not be surprised if that episode is what gets us our first email from a listener.
Hey, well, if you want to drop an alien thing in there, and you want to go into my mind that's all dicks, there's a dildo that's an alien penis that leaves an egg in you.
Why, Gary?
Jesus Christ.
Why do you always gotta bring up dildos?
Why
Thanks
would
for
you want an
listening, everybody.
egg deposited in you? Why would you want an
I
egg
don't.
deposited in you?
I don't. I'm just. Some people are weird, man.
Well, if you want to deposit anything, you can deposit $3 into our. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Or Patreon.
Kidding.
Man, look at
That's
you.
not.
You
That's
wanna
not.
support us on Patreon.
That's an aggressive plug that I'm not into.
Look at you with the
Go
plug.
to our website at lifeunderfire.net.
Why do you always stare at me when you're doing this? Just do it. Don't stare at me.
Look at the camera, Gary.
At
Look at the camera.
lifeunderfire.net. Go to support us.
Keep going. You're doing it. This is you this week.
What? That's it.
The outro. Keep going.
He gets so
Keep
timid.
going.
He gets so timid. Click on the buy merch. Buy merch takes you to our Teespring page where we have t-shirts. We got coffee mug on there. We got different styles and logos on our t-shirts. Justin's sporting one today. Looks pretty damn sexy. Looks nice and cool. It's gonna keep you cool in 120 degrees.
It should.
Arizona.
Keep going, Gary. You're so bad at this. I told you to write this shit down and practice
I told you to write it for me.
He writes down everything else on his.
Yeah, but you
freaking
can't write it in the outro
Cambridge
script.
Analytica notes.
Well,
Go to our YouTube at Life Under Fire.
No, it's not. We don't have a YouTube link yet. But Ooh, go!
Go to Facebook
All right.
at Life Under Fire. Follow us
We're-
on Twitter at Life Under Fire.
Yeah. Keep going.
You can
You're
follow
rattling
us
it off.
individually at our Twitters at mine at GBTree with 3 E's. Justin's at Just Seacrest. Steven's at Steven Rotter. That's with a PH, not an F
And
or a V.
No 3 E's.
Not an F. What the fuck would it be an F?
Stefan.
Stefan.
Alrighty, and
Stefan.
remember, if you want to tweet me or the main channel a picture of your mug with whiskey in it, you can get a free shirt. If you have Jameson in it, you can get a nice little note from me and or a kiss if you want. That's leave that up to your tweet. And I think that's it. I think we're gonna see you